What's good, everybody? Yo, so yesterday my mom took her vehicle to get detailed, and I specifically told the dude working on her car to only touch the interior. Now, he touched the interior. I told him to do all the trim, all the interior, anything inside. When a customer tells you interior, you strictly know we are speaking inside the vehicle, right? It's common sense. Common sense. You take pride in your work, then you know what I'm talking about. All right, let's start this. So, right now, if you could see all this right here, all that grime, look at that. It's all black. What he did is, I could tell he tried to clean this. All he did was take a quick wipe over, and that's it. So what he did was come here with a rag and just wipe over it and moved on. You could, when we move to the back, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, look at that. All that crap in there. Anyways, so it looked like, I know he vacuumed. I could tell he vacuumed. I think that's the only thing he did right, is vacuum. Now, I don't know what chemical he used, but this was not here before. I don't know if it oversprayed, but if you look right here, if you're vacuuming here, all right, so when you walk into a car and you're vacuuming this and you're doing the edging, wouldn't you, hey, I'm here anyways, hit this? Because this is all just garbage. There's literally, I could clean this up with my hand, look it, and just literally fucking just take it out. You know what I mean? What the fuck? Anyways, so one thing that, before I move on, let's keep going around the car real quick. So, like I said, his vacuuming was on point. That's about it. Vacuuming's pretty decent. Over there it's pretty decent. And right here, you see the waving. You can see leftover residue from the chemical. All he did was go like this and didn't care. You know what I mean? You definitely want to wash it off, or, you know what I mean? Just kind of like rub it in, or whatever wipes he's using isn't, it's too oily or greasy. That's what I'm getting from it. Again, look at that. Horrible. So we move back to the seats here. Now, yesterday, he did do this yesterday. It's early in the morning, Saturday right now. Look at this. Again, he didn't do this. He didn't do that. We're talking interior. Interior is all that. He didn't even touch that. Didn't even care about it. And another thing with the doors, you seen how he missed this? Guess what? He missed the whole inside of this. Look at that. Come on, man. And when I'm talking doors and I'm talking interior, you do want to do this rubber seal here. Go around it really quick. Go down here. You got all this grime right here. Look at that. Whatever. This is a new day. The reason why I stated today was Saturday and he touched it Friday was because I left a trap on this side of the vehicle for him to see what he would do. And when I got back to the vehicle, you know what, let's do section by section before I go over there. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this whole area right here. This whole area, he vacuumed, he went through it, he did this whole thing. He did not touch this. He did not touch that. He didn't do any of the back end. He did do this whole area right here. He didn't touch any of this. This yesterday, I actually wiped over it. There was more dirt on this. If you can see, it's just all just coming off here. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Look at, that's all crap. Look at, we do haul wood in here. So when you haul wood in here, anyways, and again, the trim, he did no trim. None of this was done. There's crap all over it. This just comes off with a, look at that. Anyways, he didn't do any of that shit. He didn't do any of this shit. That just all comes off. And keep in mind, this dude's trying to run a business. It's not like, oh, I just clean him on the side. No, he's trying to run a detailing business. Now, what I was stating over here is that I left this, hold on. I left this like this. There's a reason I put this behind there, and I left it like this. Exactly like this yesterday. And you know what? It stayed like that. So when he was going through the car, he didn't bother to even, because if you would have, you would have went like this, pulled it back, and did the back end here. If you look down there, he didn't do any of that. There's shit all in there. So I left that for him so I could tell if he did move seats or try to move seats. Now, another thing he failed. You could definitely see this is right here. There's a big string right here, especially when you get closer and you're vacuuming. Oh, what is this? He didn't do any of this. None of this. Now keep in mind, this dude had this car for 3 hours. 3 hours. He had this fucking car for 3 fucking hours and didn't do shit. And didn't do any of this shit. So, let's make our way to the front. And, hold on. Again, he left the waving of chemical. Whatever chemical he's using is very greasy and oily. You don't want that. You do not want that. You'd be like some of those assholes that armor all the weather techs, and you're slipping and sliding in the driver's seat because they don't know any better. They're gonna cause an accident. They got all this. You can see he's whooshing right here. I don't know if you can pick that up. There's a whoosh right there. You got... Oh, my little brother's learning how to drive. Anyways. Now, my biggest thing is he attempted to clean this area. Look at this. He attempted. Not a good job. Whatever. He didn't really try to get anything out. So let's move back to the other side, the driver's side, where most people will sit. You know what I mean? Where most people will sit and see what he did do. Drivers would usually, to me, drivers would usually sit here. Visually, a driver would usually see a steering wheel, your instrument panel. Well, instrument panel's right here. Your cluster, instrument cluster, all your whatever, your components, your aerial, your AC, all that bullshit. And then what I usually notice is that, look at this. If you're in the car and I say interior, there's just grime all over. Look at this. There's so much grime on there, it's not even funny. Now, when a customer sits in their vehicle, they see glass, they see steering wheel, they see all this, and if they do have this screen up here, then yes, you clean it. You clean around it, you clean here, you know what I mean? I didn't even do it. Now, another thing that gets missed all the time, even in the city, this area. This just peels right out. Literally, it just peels right out and you can clean it. Now, when you're working down here, nobody even touched this. Not a single hand went through that. You can see all this crap on it. There's a hell of crap on it. I wish my camera would like really focus in. Look at this. Look at this. That just really comes right off. Anyways, now for the cup holders. There's shit all in the cup holders. Now you got this. There's crap all in here. And one of the biggest things that I'm going to talk about that really pissed me off about this is, okay, he charged $35, right? That was his bar. He set the bar way too low for the amount of work that needs to be done to really detail the inside of a car. So he messed up on that, because any real detailer knows that the inside of a vehicle, SUV or compact, takes a lot more time and money, because you're using a lot of products, you know what I mean? You're taking a lot of your time. It's a lot of labor going into it. I just think that this kid, I don't think he's a kid, I think he's probably in his 30s. He needs to really work on his craft, because this right here is not worth it, all right? This is not worth the money, because it was completely a waste of time. Completely a waste of time, you know? And he had this car for a very long time. So my whole thing is, one of the biggest things that I'm mad about is that during COVID and during all this COVID times and all this times about cleanliness and all this stuff, you gotta have a disinfectant. You gotta have a disinfectant. I for sure 100%, I was the first one to open this door when I picked it up. There was not 1 cent of a disinfectant spray. It was just completely cleaners. So when you're detailing cars, you do need a disinfectant nowadays with these COVID times. And you know what? You need to take pride in your work, because right now people are looking for other people to clean their vehicles. They're paying you to clean their vehicle, and you're not doing the right job. Then, man, you gotta stop doing this shit. You could do your neighbor's friend, your friend's neighbor, or friend of a friend. But if you're trying to run a business and you're trying to expand your business and you're sharing it through the Facebook market, my guy, you better come real correct, because you're fucking it up. Because like me, I ain't gonna tell you. I ain't gonna tell you straight to your face, because you know why? I don't think it's worth it. Because I feel like you don't deserve my time for me to tell you to your face that you didn't do a good job. You have to learn. And if you're trying to run a business and you haven't learned, then you need to stop right now. And that is the most honesty I could give somebody. Because right now, dude, you're not doing that well. You're not doing that well. You're fucking up. You're fucking up really bad. Because a guy is paying you, or a woman is paying you to clean their car during COVID, and you have no disinfectant. One of my friends, Trevino, his name's Raul, but he details cars all the time, and he even has disinfectant. Most of the other people that I know have a disinfectant. They had a disinfectant prior to the COVID. You have a disinfectant now due to the COVID. You must have a disinfectant. Me, I freaking detail cars. I detail my own cars. I detail my own fleet. I have a steamer. I have a power washer. I got this gun. I got a little foam cannon. I got all my cleaners. I got a dirt bucket. You know what I mean? I measure the right amount of ounces. I got an ounce cut. I got my other cleaners up here. I got my degreaser. I got my Meguiar's. I got this. You know what I mean? I know. Whoops. Fell down. I know what I'm talking about. So if you are trying to get into the detailing business, but just make sure you know what you're doing. Because this right here is bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. That isn't a fucking detail. That's some fucking dude asking for squares trying to clean your windshield on 51st. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, if you're trying to run a business, learn more. It's your man Ghost. I hope this helps you, because I hope this helps your detailing business. If you do have a detailing business and you're trying to learn something, this might be the visual of what you need to clean and what the consumer will see when they're talking about an interior clean. Because an interior cleans means the whole damn interior. It's your man Ghost. I'm out. Hope y'all have a good Sunday. It's your boy.